Seal of Becca, neither am I from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So some news, some actual real genuine news happened yesterday. I was quite surprised. Big Finish, finally listened to me, okay? Finally listen to me. One of my ideas, one of the ideas they haven't listened to me about, which I wish they would do, is a box set of Christmas stories from classic Doctors. Like, imagine a Tom Baker Christmas special. Wouldn't that be freaking awesome? Have Gareth Roberts write it, have K9 in it, have Lala Ward in it. It seems very Christmassy. I'd love to hear a Pertwee Christmas special, have Tim Treloar do the Third Doctor, and those Third Doctor sets are freaking wonderful. They are absolutely. The last one of the best Pertwee stories I ever heard without him in it, and also we had Nicholas Courtney in it without him being in it as well. Just freaking mark. I would love to hear a Pertwee Christmas special like from 1973 or 72 that was never made. I want to do. That's what I want to do, but they haven't done that. They haven't done that. Okay, so there's still time. There's still time. Big Finish. You can still release that. You can still announce that. But no, they announced something else I've been bagging on about them to do for a while, which is a young War Doctor set, a young War Doctor series. So we all saw Night of the Doctor where Paul McGann regenerated, and you just saw John Hurt's blurry reflection in that goblet, right? They must have got it from Naked Civil Servant or I Claudius or something like that. So I think, well, you know what, that always has scope for them to find another actor. You have to get a pretty darn good actor in to be able to fill those shoes. But that seems like a lot of scope of something. And they did it. They went ahead and did it. And the reaction online has been a bit strange. Not one that I agree with completely. But listen, we're going to be talking through the whole thing. I'm going to tell you where I'm. Listen, you saw the thumbnail. I'm on board with this idea. I'm excited for this idea. In fact, I'm making this video firstly because I was excited to make the thumbnail, right? I was looking forward to making that thumbnail, which I haven't made yet. I'm just assuming it's going to be awesome because I just have that base, and this is a good rule for life. Always assume that everything you do is freaking marvelous and it's going to come out fantastic. Or no one's ever going to be a better advocate for you than you. So I was like, I really took on board from Ethan Van Sciver, who was, I think, one of the best salespeople I've ever seen. And he just genuinely loves and respects his work. And me too. I like my work too. So I like what I do too. So anyway, so we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about about the whole thing. What we need to be aware about, what we don't need to be aware about, in my opinion. But before we get there, can I ask you guys? Can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? But mostly hit that subscribe button. I think I'm like 15, 16 subscribers away from 1,800 subscribers. Why do I want 1,800 subscribers? Because in Jewish numerology, 18 is a big number. It's a number for God. In Christianity they have 666. We have 18. Well, 666 as the sign of the beast, the horned one. Yes, no, not that. We 18. It's don't worry. But if you ever go to any Jewish charities, like religious charities, they always give the donations of multiples 18. So I really want to have 1,800 subscribers. I'm 15. I was going to say 1,500 away. I'm like 15, 16 away right now. Can you hit the subscribe button? That'd be great. Thank you very much. Now, of course, if you do subscribe, other than untold blessings raining down upon your head, which I'm sure will happen. I am sure will happen. It doesn't matter what your theological world. You could be an atheist. You could be whatever. You could be a Muslim. You could be a Christian. Whatever you believe in, that just good things will happen to you if you click the subscribe button. Of course, results may vary. So be prepared. But other than that, you also get to enter my ongoing competitions. The prize this week is a double graphic novel, 2018 graphic novel prize. So we have Shakara, freaking bonkers nut strip, basically black and white with like splashes of red, with this like crazy Avenger like character who is the soul of a destroyed nation. The Earth gets destroyed on the first page. Humanity, the last human gets killed on the third page. That just kind of sets the tone. It's crazy. I freaking love love this strip. You also get this graphic novel, Red Razors. Red Raiders is a spin-off from Judge Dredd. This is the Russian judge system, about 50 years ahead of Judge Dredd, and it's this uber capitalist society. And it was done in 91. It is so 1991. It's so topical to 91. It's very silly, very funny. I do like his partner, Comrade Ed, a genetically engineered talking horse. Freaking fun, freaking marvelous. All you need to do to win it: subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag. What is the hashtag? Zarjas. Normally I remember the hashtag by Mondays. It's Thursday. I still haven't remembered the hashtag Zarjas within the prize drawing on. When is it going to be? Sunday the 18th. Sunday the 18th, when I'm on the TARDIS Zone doing a watch along of Gridlock, one of my all-time favourite David Tennant stories. Fine. So let's talk about the story. The War Doctor. We're going to read the article, the news story on the Big Finish website. I did consider reading it from Radio Times, which is always a source of deridement for me. Always like you can have a good chuckle about is the Radio Times. But yeah, I think because I'm positive for that. I'm on board for this. So, I'm going to read it from Big Finish instead, because I generally like them, and I think Doctor Who magazine missed the trick by not having him front and center on the cover, that whatever his name is, we're going to read it in a minute, is the Doctor. So, anyway, listen, I think this is good news. So, what is there to be wary about? Is it a cash grab? Now, I just started listening to Nerdroid Extreme from last night, and he talked about a recasting of a character in Doctor Who, and it's a move of desperation. I'm assuming he's talking about this story. If that is the case, I respectfully disagree, and it is a genuine respectful disagree, because I freaking love Nerdrotic. But that is the great thing about the Fandom Menace. We are not a monolith. We don't we are allowed to have our individual thoughts. So I think this is going to be pretty good for several reasons. So what you need to be wary about with Big Finish is a few things. I mean, I think the biggest problem right now is inserting 2020 insanity. 2020 insanity which has been going on since 2016, into their releases. And 2020 has been a bad year for that. 2020 has been a very bad year for that. We had Stranded, which in of itself is actually is quite an interesting a box set. They had one of the recurring tropes of it, of having a kick-ass having a kick-ass gender fluid, sexually fluid lesbian from the future. In some kind of gender fluid relationship. The gender fluid relationship is Liv Schenker. She's a kick-ass female from the future, and she ends up dating Tonya in Stranded. Tonya is trans, which means she has a penis, which basically means she has a penis. So the first problem I had with that is like, listen, if you're a woman and you're fine dating a woman with a penis, I have nothing against you. It's great. That's a great choice. But they strongly suggest that is the normative state for human beings, and it just isn't. And that it isn't normative isn't an attack on trans people. People can be minorities without it being an attack. It's just. It's just this relentless, like religion saying the future we will all be revealed to be have a gender and a sexuality completely fluid, which is just nonsense. It's just nonsense. I'm sorry. I mean, look, humanity may fundamentally change, but that's what it will take: a fundamental change in human psyche. Both gender and sexuality are incredibly core parts of people's identity. Incredibly. So you have that going on. But the worst thing about going on is, and I hate to use the expression, I really do, is diversity hires, because that's really what they are. So here's a trick. Here's a definition in my mind. If you are somebody who is very, very, very concerned about their own identity and everybody else's identity, they see identity before everything else, right? And then you get hired, and you are of an identity that's on the progressive stack, the identity for people who the Twitterati fields have been marginalized in society. You may well be given a job which is highly competitive to get, and you'll do that job, and you'll do it very, very badly. And then you will be called a diversity hire, which we've seen a lot from Big Finish. Look, I am all on board with bringing on new writing talent. But poor boy, they have not been shepherding them that well. I'm doing a review of the Time Lord Victorious release, which kills me not in a minute, and it suffers from exactly that new writer. But they had another one, was it from the monthly range, which is you can see why they're cancelling the monthly range. It is so running on fumes right now. It is just done. Which was yet again a complete diversity hire. Substandard story. So that's the first thing you've really got to be concerned about. Will it be full of that? So I'm thinking not. Because each of the different Big Finish ranges has its own kind of feel, and if it's something that lends itself to more 2020-ish, like I think Stranded, for example, does for that's and of the main range, the main range are just like throwing anything in right now. It's like, who cares? If you're a range which hasn't had its like parameters defined that they're emulating, you will get a lot of 2020-isms. 100%. If it's a parameter that from the past that they're emulating, far less so. The last Tim Treloar Third Doctor box set, freaking marvelous. Absolutely incredible. I love that. I love that box set. Two really great stories. And I love that range in general. So Time War. There are many Time War series going on, but you get the feeling that each box set is a tile in a bigger picture, right? So you've had the initial War Doctor stuff, which was again marvelous. So that first War Doctor set, I think one of the best sets Big Finish has ever produced. If you're new to Big Finish, go and check out that set, that John Hurt set, and I'm forever grateful for them like filling out that missing era. Like we got to see a lot more of him, and it was glorious. It really was. Was very good. I'm very, very grateful for those 12 extra stories. But obviously John Hurt passed away. So then they were always doing War Master box sets, which are really good. And then Paul McGann was as Time War stuff. They just did Susan's War this year, one of their best releases. Absolutely fantastic. I love that release. But you do get the feeling that each one of these is a piece in a tiled puzzle. Of they're mapping out a whole picture. My guess is they're hitting some kind of conclusion by the 60th anniversary. So I think going back and doing my suggestion. Now, I thought they should do it with Jake Dobbyn, but they actually did better. They did improve on my suggestion. So, hats off to you, Big Finish. Let's read this article and see what it is. I'll comment on it as we go. John Hurt's Doctor Who legacy continues, which in and of itself, I'm very excited about. Big Finish in association with BBC Studios. So that's interesting. What makes this a co-production? Because BBC Studios is not normally mentioned in these things, as far as I understand. So that's an interesting point. I got to look back at other press releases, see if they're a co-production. So this does suggest that the BBC Studios is really desperate to get saleable Doctor Who content going, right? So I don't know why they're a co-producer here. It's interesting though. It is interesting. I'll tell you, I'd love to get Nick Briggs back on the channel and ask him that. That was actually a really fun interview. He just answered everything. And I tell you, Nick Briggs for me is a name on something that makes me relax. Because Nick is somebody who is on the other side of the ideological and political fence to me by a million miles, by an absolute million miles. And a lot of his work does include what I would call woke tropes. Absolutely. But I don't think it is. For me, the difference between doing something woke or not is if it's preaching to you or not. Malcolm Hute, when he did his scripts, he would lay out his worldview, which again, polar opposite from mine. But he didn't look down at people who didn't share his worldview. And I think Nick Briggs does that as well with his work. And I think that's why for me it's successful, very successful. I like the Human Frontier, which is his original series. Really interesting. I really really liked it. I'm looking forward to the next one, and it's full of these woke tropes, and it's and it again it just is fine. It's fine. You know what? I watched Aliens yesterday for the show I do called Video Vault. And it's been a while since I watched it, but that too is full of all these woke tropes, but it's not woke in the slightest. So that's the that's always good. Okay, so let's read this. A big finish of BBC Studios today announces the forthcoming full-cast audio drama series Doctor Who: The War Doctor Begins. I guess I thought they should have got it the early Avengers, but I think that's actually better. The name I choose as a doctor, the name I choose as a doctor, the name you choose, it's like a promise you make. He's the one who broke the promise. He is my secret. That was a Matt Smith line written by Moffat when they introduced the War Doctor. Newcomer, Jonathon Carley. So this is another reason I'm really happy about this. I'm really, really excited about this. Jonathon Carley is a fan. He's a fan who has a YouTube channel. He does impersonations of doctors. I've done a little bit of research into him, not much, but it's clearly where he got the job from. Exactly like Jake Dobbyn. So I like the recruiting from that. And listen, I'm going to play the clip they released at the end of this video. For me, he nails it. He doesn't sound like John Hurt as we heard him in the in the audios or when it was in the Day of the Doctor. He doesn't sound. He sounds a little bit younger. He sounds a little bit. To me, my brain can fool itself in saying this is a younger version of that man I saw earlier. And I'm glad, I just hope they cosplay him a little bit. I hope they cosplay him and put, because they really need to for those covers. I think they should really do a Photoshop. And his face is about right as well. He's got that kind of like, how do you describe John Hurt's face? Especially when he was younger. Kind of like, there's a Jewish word called nebuch. Nebuch. When somebody, he's a bit nebuch, he's not really pulling himself together. John Hurt kind of had that look, and he kind of has that look as well. But, listen, he's a fan. He seems to be a sane fan as well. I've been, again, I've done a little bit of research in him. He's not a type of guy who lives on Twitter to tell people that they're inferior to him, right? Or like anybody who doesn't agree with him is a national socialist from the 1930s in Germany. He seems like a regular, normal dude. I am so happy for him because he must be elated. I'm absolutely thrilled. And again, for me, he nails it. He absolutely nails it. You can hear it at the end of the. At the end of the video. So again, Noel, who on the title, he feels this is a cash grab. I do not think so. I don't think so. I think this is something they've been planning for a long time, and they've been looking for the right person because this is a set that I think is going to be a vital component for their 60th anniversary stories which they're putting together. Anyway, let's read this. Newcomer Jonathon Carley is set to star in 4 brand new box sets of adventures for the Doctor's Disavowed alter ego during the release, due for release starting in June 2021. 2021 is I'm looking forward to doing the preview of Big Finish in 2021 because that looks looking to me a pretty darn good year. We got the Dalek Empire. It's called Dalek Universe. We got Eccleston, which I'm really a bit nervous about. Eccleston is the one I'm most nervous about. I gotta see what writers are announcing. I hope it's not going to be super progressive. I hope it's going to be full of these crazy ideological agenda points that which just takes you out of the narrative and it makes things not very good for some reason. For me, it seems to me you are able to tell stories with very strong political, current day political analogies in Doctor Who, and you're able to do it successfully. We've been doing it for the entirety of the history. Again, I think the difference is it's this disdain from the writer that if you don't share their worldview, you are pure scum. You're pure evil. You did so that, and that's just the The vibe again, I think that comes from a lack of diversity of thought. In the creative world, you basically allowed one set of opinions, and that is the Twitterati. So Hell found a menace where we can disagree with each other and still be friends. Right, there we go. June 21. The War Doctor was introduced in 2013 television story. The name of the Doctor, originally portrayed by Sir John Hurt. The character appeared in two further stories during Doctor Who's 50th anniversary, The Night of the Doctor. Well, come on. That was basically a reflection of him, a blurry reflection, and The Day of the Doctor, before going on to feature the 12 audio adventure Big Finish. Very, very good. Now, another reason Nick Briggs is great to have involved in this is that something he does very well is war stories. He does war stories, really, really, really good. And that's why I think his the first box set, which I think he wrote on his own, is I think the strongest, because he's got this real understanding of what makes a good wartime story. The pressure, the whole thing is he really pulls it together. The tragic passing of Hurt in 2017 brought the curtain down on the War Doctor's further adventures, but now his origin story can finally be told. Yes, I am so psyched for this. Actor Jonathon Carley said, "I honestly can't tell you how much of a privilege and an honour it is to not only be working with the incredibly talented team at Big Finish, but also be playing the War Doctor. It's more than I could ever have expected." I wonder how I can get in contact with him. Still be interested to come on for an interview, because if I can bring him on for an interview, he can't talk about anything controversial. He can't talk about the current era. I do not want to get the poor man in trouble. I'm just really excited for this guy. I think it's going to be good. Stepping into the sturdy boots of the character established by the late great Sir John Hurt. That's got to be terrifying, isn't it? Right? Yeah, that's why I thought they should go for some really big name actor. I know there's a bunch of people. I thought, some real scenery chewing actor who could do it. But okay, but again, I heard his 2 minutes. You're going to hear it soon, and for me, it works. I buy it completely. Would be a challenge for any actor, but the team have been so supportive and creative in their approach to exploring further facets of this complex incarnation. This is a cracking set of stories, so it'll be wonderful to put a spotlight on the rarely glimpsed early life of the War Doctor and his trials trials he faces, finding a new place in the Time War. Yeah, listen, I want to see atrocities. I want to see Time Lord atrocities committed by the War Doctor. I want to see why he hates himself. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I think there's a lot of scope. Although I have to tell you, my favourite depiction of the Mind War is the Time War, not the Mind War. Ooh, that sounds good. No, the Time War is a Russell T Davies thing he wrote in the novelization of Rose, or the prequel to the novelization of Rose. We talk about the Auton planets being blown up, but that realization of it was really crazy. But it's going to be much better for prose than it is for anything performed, I think. I hope listeners are eager to embrace the journey of science. So a lot are not. A lot are really pissed off. I mean, this is a strange one to be pissed off in the recasting of. I mean, Tim Treloar, I think is great. I think he's perfect as the third Doctor. I liked all the different first Doctors. I've liked William Russell. I've liked Peter Purvis. I like Dave Bradley. I think for me they all work. They all feel like I'm listening to a first Doctor story. So listen, I understand it's not William Hartnell. He's dead. You have a choice of reading a first Doctor book or listening to somebody else play the character if you want to hear it performed. Which, by the way, Big Finish. Well, now you're paying attention to the Rabbi. Now you're paying attention to me. Can I give you another idea? This is what I think you should do. I think you should crowdsource a production of Marco Polo. Much in the same way Mission to the Unknown was recreated. Do a complete recreation of it with the Dave Bradley crew. I think you should crowdsource that. And the only way you can watch it, as it's made, and maybe they'll give you more perks, you have a live cam of it in the studio or whatever. There's a lot. But the only way you can do it is by backing the campaign. And then, when it's completed, they give it to the BBC. They give it to the BBC for free, so the BBC can release it. Essentially, it puts him into the crowdfunding Doctor Who production, film production business. And I think there's a big niche of that. I would love to see the missing Hartnell stories realized like that. Especially I heard Crusaders, the one that they could never do an animation of somehow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they can't. It's but yeah. So yeah, that's what. But who would you recast as G Marsh? Oh, I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, that's the other end. Yeah, Big Finish. Now you're listening, guys. I can help you out. Still want the Christmas set. I want the Christmas box set as well. Cracks set of stories. I hope the listeners are eager to embrace the journey that I am. Big Finish creator director Nicholas Briggs added, Jonathon is a real find. Many will be familiar with his uncanny accuracy of War Doctor vocals from his various online projects. I had no idea about it. I didn't know anything about it. But they're damn good. Okay, they're damn good. Like, he really pulls together. But there is more to a good performance than just impersonation. And that's really the key, you know. John Colshire, who's done the Brigadier, the Ainley Doctor, and the Delgado not the Ainley Master, not Doctor. The Ainley Master and the Delgado Master. Amongst others, and his Brigadier is freaking perfect because it's a performance. And he's got the vocal range that he can mimic, you know, Nicholas Briggs or Anthony Ainley or Delgado, but it's still a performance, right? And that's the vibe I'm getting from him as well. And I think, you know, look, Big Finish has really delivered the goods on recasting. You know, they've been very sensitive to it, and yeah, I'm excited to hear these stories. So you need a performance more than just impersonation. You need imagination, emotion, and sensitivity. Essentially, great acting. And honestly, from what I heard, I think we're going to get that. I really will. And also their casting of what was the name of the guy who starred in their Prisoner range, which I fundamentally disagree with what Briggs was saying about the nature of life, and I fundamentally disagree with him, but I fundamentally say it's so vital for something like The Prisoner to be authentic to your own worldview, to say something authentically, which is why I think it was a decent not continuation. It can be a reimagination of it. I really did enjoy it. What's the name of the guy who played the Prisoner? But again, perfect casting. Casting is something they're normally very good at. I worked really closely with John Hurt on our original The War Doctor releases, and although we only worked together a short time, such was his commitment, charm, and openness that he allowed me to feel something of a connection to him. You know, you hear that about great people a lot. You know, there's. Okay? So there's a when I was in rabbinical seminary, there was a rabbi there who was very high level rabbi, right? And I felt that I had like a very personal, individual relationship with him. And I know a lot of people do feel that way. So that rabbi, his rabbi, was a gentleman by the name of Rabbi Simcha Wasserman, who was just one of the most beloved people. He died about 20 years ago, and his funeral was massive. Like, we're talking like tens of thousands of people, like absolutely massive. And I wasn't there at the time, obviously, so I wasn't there. But it's widely reported that pretty much most people there have said, listen, I understand, Rev Simcha, and it was you respect him, but he was my personal friend. He had a personal connection, and everybody there felt the same way. Like, everybody there felt they had a personal connection with him. So I think you get that with great people. I think this speaks very highly of John Hurt, that Nick Briggs feels like they say that about people who, for people who work with Tom Baker as well. People who are good, great people, they do make these connections with you. Connection with them, and I can confidently say that what Jonathan's doing here will be a fitting tribute to John in honor of the great work and role. And again, Nick Briggs has a lot of what's the word? Credibility with me. Yeah, if he says something, I tell it. And Sometimes he actively doesn't say stuff, where they put him on put him on the spot, saying, did you like the Titus children? And he's like, oh, just imagine. It's like he's very diplomatic. But if he says a direct statement like that, it's saying that I believe him, right? I believe him. I heard him say many things. He hasn't burnt me as yet. I haven't then turned around and say, nah, that was a complete lie, complete spin. Each volume of the War Doctor Begins is now available for pre-order. I am getting all of them. Either a collector's triple DVD set, box set starting at £19 per volume, or digital downloads at $16.99. That's what I'm going to go for. You get a bundle of 66. Okay, sold. I'm 100% getting this. I'm excited for it. I think you should be excited too. I will get them. I will review them. I will be the canary in the mine for you. You do not have to, but I'll try and get the reviews out quick before they put the prices up. I will get them. I will review them. I will let you know what I think of them. And I am genuinely excited for them. I am not as excited as I am for Dalek Universe, but more excited than the Eccleston series. I think this is going to be good. I think this is something to look forward to. So anyway, now you get, if you haven't heard it yet, I'm pasting the clip at the end of this. Go listen to it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Listen, it's going to have they probably have the Jodie logo on, unless she's gone by then. Oh, please be gone by then. It'll probably have the Jodie. If that's a problem for you, I can't think. There's not much I can say. I'm sorry. With most arrangements, they give you a reversible, sleeve or cover, whatever. So that doesn't have that logo on. If that's like, a line that you don't want to cross, which I hear it. Listen, I have a lot of viewers who feel that way. There you go. So listen to the clip, enjoy it. My name is Sheila Beckett, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.
Light, damn you.
Doctor?
Oh.
Doctor?
No.
I have water. The High Priestess thought you might need it after your experience.
I said no.
I will leave it here for you, Doctor.
Yeah. Go away and stay away. There is no doctor here.
Lithia, leave our guest. Something tells me he is not yet ready for visitors.
Yes, Ohila.
Doctor, you're scaring the acolytes.
I told that girl, and now I'm telling you. The doctor is gone.
We are burying your acquaintance. Would you like to attend the ceremony?
No. It's cold enough in here.
I thought you should have the chance.
If she hadn't met me, she wouldn't be dead.
On the contrary, she would be dead either way. You tried to save her. The universe is already burning. What matters now is what you will do to stop that. I will see you when you are ready, Doctor.
Doctor. No more.